to find out the conditions for why the recipients are taking this communication in then. And we found various, as you can see, the parasocial interaction in Article 1 was where we found the reasons why the mediating effect, as it's called in statistical terms, why somebody would listen to this. And it was, as you described a little bit, it was that in social media, because it's part of our personal sphere, we make it part of our personal sphere. On Facebook, it's because we have a lot of friends there. On blogs, it's because we form this sort of relationship, even though we never met someone who's blogging, even though we never met this individual in real life. Just like in the 50s, they were fictional characters in soap operas.
Yeah.
They didn't exist. We still feel we have some kind of friendly rapport and friendly relationship to get these effects in study. Everything else, but the wording was kept exactly the same to rule out those differences.
Okay, and then also in Article 2, it's also about personal parasocial interaction. And maybe you can explain a little bit more. Then everything was the same in a way. The two groups saw blogs, and the big difference there was a refiliation in a tabloid article. But how does that work? This saying that there was something said about the blogger. How does that work in terms of parasocial interaction? What was happening there?
What was happening was that when someone, and just to explain to the others here, what we did in study 2 was we had in study 1 you had a blog post celebrating a brand, and that resulted in and we had a magazine, exactly the same text but in the context of a magazine, and then you would measure afterwards, okay, which one is the best in terms of influencing people basically, and it turns out that the blog was the better one because you have this personal relationship with the you develop this illusion of a personal relationship with the blogger. Now in Article 2 we made similar things, but this time we only made blog posts, same blog posts, again similar, celebrating a brand, but then half the people afterwards got to see an article from a Swedish tabloid, a well-known Swedish tabloid, Expressen in this case, where they said that, okay, this blogger was actually paid or sponsored for making this, celebrating this brand. And then we measured afterwards, okay, what happened between these two groups then? If you're exposed as being sponsored as a blogger, what does that do with your credibility and the effects of the post? And what we found was then that when you have this revelation of sponsorship from a tabloid, there's this sense of betrayal, in a sense that, okay, my friend the blogger has sold out to this magazine and tried to trick me, so to speak, with a